going to suggest that you do insulate there. Okay, the rim joist is where the joists sit on top of the foundation walls. All right, so at that point, there's a lot of heat loss.
Oh,
So
okay.
just putting insulation in between the joists on top of the foundation on the inside is a good idea, and it's not very expensive to do.
Excellent.
So improve that in the basement immediately. And the foundations are all block. I don't know why I was sleeping on this. Pour it in there.
This is awesome, because I would have no clue about any of this.
Okay, you've got moisture barrier. That, like I said, that's a really good thing to have on the ground in the crawl space. That stops a lot of the the typical sort of ground moisture from getting up into that environment and creating sort of a damp environment. So that's good. Yeah. So the only thing I'm going to suggest again is possibly a couple of crawl space vents.
Okay.
Add 2 wall vents. So provide that in the crawl space. And again, I'll say in the first year,
Okay.
they haven't been there in 60 years. I'm sure.
True.
I'm sure you probably could get by for a while without it. But ideally, you do want air flowing through there. And that's the way to keep it flowing.
Okay.
Right? Have 2 vents there. Again, vents that you can open each spring and then close each fall. Plumbing is a plastic pipe into the house, copper supply piping throughout the house. Main water shut-off is under the basement stairs. Water flow and pressure appear to be functional. Water heater is a conventional gas type. It's 14 years old, so it's fairly old. So it's got a high failure probability based on its age, and it's 33 1/3 gallons. And it looks like it's all plastic waste piping in the house, so that's all been upgraded. The original piping here would have been cast iron
Oh, okay.
and galvanized steel.
Perfect.
So that's been upgraded, and that's the same thing with the supply piping. Being all copper. That's great. Originally would have been galvanized steel here as well. Okay, the water heater, the exhaust flue, a metal chimney liner.
And then who do you get to do that?
Your furnace serviceman.
They'll do it.
Take care of that, yeah. I suggest it. So improve that. And again, that's sort of on the west side of the house. And let's say in the first year on that as well. The water heater, I'm not a real big fan of renting them.
Okay.
Every 3 years you're paying enough rent to own it, to buy a new one.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's just not enough that goes wrong with the furnace to warrant paying the equivalent of a new water heater every 3.5 years. Okay, so you might want, at this point here, you'd be able to buy this one out very cheap at 14 years old, less than $100, I would think.
Really?
And you'll pay close to $15 a month.
So that's
When you figure the HST in there now,
Right.
you just figure it out. That's like 6 months rent.
You pay
You know.
for it.
you bought it.
So then after that, it's money in your pocket, not theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I would look into it.
Good to know.
Yeah, it seems to be something that people do around here. You have people that move into this area from, I don't know, from the United States or from out west or out east. They can't figure out why we're renting.
Oh, really?
It just seems to be something that's passed along from generation to generation. My parents rented, so I started off renting until I stopped and
Yeah.
did the math, and this is crazy. So I stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the venting, they have, I don't think it shows up in any of the pictures. No, it doesn't. The vent pipe that they've got running along the east side of the house, did you notice that pipe that runs on the outside of the wall? Past
Black.
Yeah, that
plastic.
black, that's the vent pipe, okay? I don't know, I'm not a real big fan of having that outside like that. It's considered okay. It should have been a 3-inch pipe because that is your main vent pipe, so technically it should have been a 3-inch pipe. I would look into having that run through the inside of the house.
Oh, okay.
So you might have to take up a little corner of your bathroom to accomplish that. You know, maybe
Yeah.
a corner of the bedroom. Oh, no, that would go up through that would be into the attic at that point. So I'd look into that. It's the proper way, okay? So the diameter is in question. It's a 2-inch pipe right now. So run a 3-inch pipe. Through the house, through interior. And improve that. I guess that'd be on the east side of the house. And again, I'll say in the first year, it's certainly isn't to code the way it is now.
Oh, okay.
And besides that, to me, it just looks tacky.
Right.
You know, I don't understand why people do things like that. It's almost as if they realize, oh, geez, we forgot to put a vent pipe in.
Let's add one in now.
How can we do it now? Well, I guess the easiest way is just run it up the outside of the wall. So, anyways, it can be done better. There were no leaks, and all the fixtures seem to be working properly. Interior, laminate, vinyl. What was upstairs?
Hardwood.
Oh, it's hardwood upstairs.
Hardwood? Okay.
Original.
Okay, thank you.
Now that one flies always around, right?
I know. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got drywall, plaster, paneling, a lot of acoustic tile on the ceilings. Windows are mostly sliders. Yeah. Double hung windows in front. Double glazed. I know the door coming in from the outside is a metal door. This one's just a hollow door. I would suggest, going with something a little more. Now the room is heated. I guess it is a heated area, but you might not be heating that all the time.
Right.
So
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you'd probably like to see an exterior door between
Okay.
the sunroom and the hallway there.
Ideally.
So I'm going to consider that an exterior door
Okay.
for what it's worth. There's a gas fireplace. And there was no evidence of any current basement leakage.
Okay.
That's always good. I can't predict how often or badly it might leak, and there's a section to read on that. But it looks like you would be covered by this warranty. It's a 25-year warranty. TEC Contracting, I know them well. I've referred them a lot.
Okay.
They're very good. And if they're warranting it for 25 years, you pretty much, I think you can pretty much count on that.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, smoke detectors.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even check those.
I'm going to just basically suggest you, just off the top, I always suggest replacing them.
Okay.
Quite often, you look at a house, because this house has been renovated fairly recently, you're not too bad a shape. You have to have them outside the bedroom areas, so we should be going all the way up here too. And there isn't.
Oh, is that?
There is. Okay,
That's
that's an
an
old
older one?
Yeah, that one should be replaced, okay?